Charmer, yep, the broadcast is ours now. We can say whatever we want, Smacks. There's no adult in the room to keep track of us. What I was going to say is, you know what, you're saying Alui might look like the strongest performer as of yesterday across all roles. Well, as of today, what we've seen so far, Premonition's making a good argument for himself here. So
that's true.
I'm excited to see Premonition up for a second series of games because those first two absolute pop-off performances. Assassin player that actually lived up to the hype of playing Assassins and then playing them well. So that's something NME need to be concerned about going into pick and ban for this game number one. It is still a best of three. We're still in the best of three phase right now. You got to win 2 games here in order to continue moving on. But so far they're focused on the Ashe and the Renekton, not those Assassin mid laners.
Yeah, you're throwing shade at Molly for not playing Assassins. He's got another chance later. So we'll get there. But yes, Premonition has looked really solid. No Assassins banned quite yet, as you mentioned. The Ashe off the board. In my opinion, the strongest dragon laner in the entire game, alongside Varus. Both of these champions are unmatched, in my opinion. So both of those gone means we have to go a tier lower. Alongside that, Renekton banned. So Alui has played a lot of Renekton, a lot of Darius. It's mostly just been those 2 champions in this tournament. Yesterday, if Darius gets banned, then he will have to show us another look.
And it isn't yet. Corki is the one banned away, but NME still potentially could lock in that Darius for Alui. We'll see what he wants to go for here. Their final ban. Senna on the table. They already took away that Camille. That's kind of that big blue one right now. So I wouldn't be too surprised with the Senna ban locked in right here. Looking at what NME play, though, the champion pool of their bot lane. They play a lot of the Xayah Rakan, so you could also look to try and get them off of that combo if you're hoping for it. There we go. Rakan is taken off the table.
Nami's still up. That's the big one that I'm looking for alongside that Darius that we mentioned before. But NME pouncing at the opportunity to lock in Senna. We mentioned the Ashe and Varus off the board. You got to look at that next tier below. I feel like Senna is sort of in a league of her own, adjacent to everything else, where she does something so unique that if you can master it, it is in that same conversation for best champion in slot. So locking that one in for NME. Let's see what they've got in store for us. Will be against the Xayah for Lightning Team.
Yeah, the Xayah locked in for Lightning. Did play this earlier today as well. I had a very strong performance on that. And obviously not interested in pairing that with the Rakan. They're going back to the Nami. Now, if I remember, I think this is actually the combo that they played in that first game of the day. Trying to take a look here. I do have it up. Yeah, that was the combo. It was the Xayah plus the Nami. So going back to their game 1 against Sentinels. Very similar draft, but they also get the Olaf, so aggressive. Oh, that's not a jungle Olaf.
No, it's not. So we've got some ridiculous things going on in the draft. First of all, lane Olaf is coming through. Oh my god! Premonition has an Aurelion Soul, just increasing his champion pool even further. He's going to have to play against the AP Kai'Sa, though, with this. So that's going to be pretty tricky to deal with. Aurelion Soul usually just wants to leave the lane as soon as possible and start roaming around. AP Kai'Sa might make that tricky.
This is a spicy draft here, Smash. Yeah. We get the Nunu. We get California's Nunu. But it's into the Lee Sin. It is into like maybe the most aggressive, strong early game jungler that a jungler can actually grab right now. And I'm not necessarily sold on it. We'll see. Obviously, this is a tough champion to really lock down like what it means for a team because we haven't seen a lot of it in professional play. And also it kind of warps how a team wants to play. And speaking of warping, we also got the Aurelion Soul on here. So like this is a very non-standard draft from NME, though, let's focus on this side. What are we feeling about NME's 5 core here? Because they got a lot of range to play with, a lot of upfront damage. Is this going to work for them?
I think it is. I think this composition is really solid for NME. It's unorthodox for sure, but it does have a lot of the pieces that you've come to expect from a solid team composition. They've got pick potential with this Lee Sin, they've got assassination threat with this Kai'Sa, and they've got a really solid front line with Jarvan and Gragas to help out the back line of Kai'Sa, and also the Senna that's coming through. So I think this is... It's a weird lane spot to be in, but it does have a lot of those flavors that we'd like to see, and particularly I like this top lane Jarvan in this spot, because Olaf tends to struggle, particularly against terrain-creating champions. Jarvan is the only one that exists in Wild Rift right now. There's no Anivia, there's no Trundle quite yet. So the fact that they've got this as at their disposal means Some bad news for Hitman if he's trying to get that Ragnarok through and he has to worry about the Cataclysm in his face.
And also bad news for Do's Dragon Lane here. Lightning taking some poke. We have to go for the full back here to heal up. That was a good setup from NME. They go for the mid lane play, but they have control for the Dragon Lane approach, and they actually capitalize on that. Trading already early on here. Hitman popping that barrier early, getting aggressive against a Louis, who also pops the Ignite.
Really cool difference in the summoner spells. For a Louis, he's taking the Ignite just to cut down the healing of Olaf. You got the Fleet Footwork, and you've got the Vicious Strikes as well, giving you a ton of life steal when you activate that ability. So really cool adaptation. Meanwhile, Hitman wants the barrier, so you can go for the skirmishes and get that extra health pool. Wants to stay
in the
low
mid lane.
HP.
Nunu, this is it. The
He's
snowball. Okay, lands out of Truth. I think you were hoping for Tybe right there, so Premonition can actually follow up, but Tybe taking damage, dishing it back into California. Still has a flash, doesn't use it. California had the flash away. Selma almost dies in the Dragon Lane meanwhile.
Selma doing much the same. That's first blood mid. Truth picks up the kill onto California. I assumed that he went for another roll in the mid lane, but couldn't even flash away. Whoa!
Could have been a Void Seeker as well. The range. Oh, another one! 2 kills to Truth. Nicely played here from this Kaisa.
I mean, it's Truth. You got to be good at landing those Void Seekers because you're going AP. So that's his main source of DPS later on. Or a burst, I should say, as it is just one ability. You got to watch this replay, what actually happens to California on the back.
I'm assuming you're backing. Probably resetting here, hit by the Void Seeker.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, just a flash plus burst ability.
Yeah, so he's trying to get to the Scuttle Crab. Meanwhile, Dienzio has so much reach, and he flashes past the bubble from Wii, forcing the flash out of the Nami as well. And then the snipe secures that one.
Back to live. We see a dive happening here in the Dragon Lane. No, never mind. They don't actually commit to it. Selma pushed back. Trade of damage on the Wii. Yeah, Zio is just min-maxing every auto, but look at Premonition here. Aurelian Soul not finding it. A triple root from Zio into the ultimate damage. And the explosive cast from Selma. Meanwhile, the Nunu's in trouble here as Tybe gets a kill. Premonition gets out. But California does not find the wraparound. That was tragic for
Oh no. It's still tragic, Kangas. There's still more kills to be had. Your health bar is still sticking around for Premonition. He's too low. I think to use some verbiage from Charmer, NME looking like they're kind of angry about the result from yesterday.
Yeah. They are not happy with their 3-3 start overall, losing out in the second round. Alue looking to chase down Hitman. Hitman, no flash available, has the barrier. Tybe misses the Sonic Wave, flashes forward, looks for the extra damage, but the barrier keeps this Olaf alive, but Truth's joined in. Oh, that's a lot of healing onto Hitman GM. Truth continues the chase. California can't even equalize. Truth is deep in enemy territory here, has the exhaust, no flash available yet, and gets picked. So do will at least equalize the kills, but this is a 4,000 gold lead for enemy and not even 4 minutes in the game.
Man, nobody's in the Dragon Lane, so a ton of extra damage can come through for Selma and Dienzio down here. Nice to mention at this point that this is a shared farm lane for Dienzio and Selma. They're both trying to take the minions at the same time. Then it doesn't really matter who gets them at this point. They're both going to have some solid scaling. For the Gragas, you're going for the damage build. You got that extra AP from the Tome. And Senna, I mean, you don't have to say anything about her scaling. She's a marksman at this point.
We get the Rift Herald. Oh, Premonition very close. Landed out. Aloi looks for the re-engage. Selma and Zio have joined in as well. Explosive cast only hits California. Not quite knocked into the rest of the team. Hitman is picked off, though. The Olaf too far forward. Low health bars for the rest of They do concede this mid-turret flash from Zio. That's an insane setup! And on a killing spree, this is maybe the most impressive setup performance I have seen all weekend. Zio putting on a clinic saying, hey, who needs YouTube guides? Just watch my gameplay. Gets another one on a rampage. California dead under turret. And the mid-turret falls. This is a schlacking from enemy right now.
Yeah, you were just saying in the last game that we had, this is the most one-sided game that we've had all day. Enemy heard that one. They're like, oh yeah? How about we can win the speed run? How about we can top that on the charts right now as they are forced to run away now, waiting on cooldowns.
Are taking this. They're absolute mad lads. They're gonna go for it. Ragnarok pop, that's a kill! they do the least expected thing, and that is don't reset waves, don't look at objectives, just try and chase down these kills, and they are on the dragon. And they actually get this. Tybe throws out the Sonic Wave, hits onto Lightning. Zai does not have ultimate, doesn't have flash, but Tybe still doesn't take it. Dragon is still being bursted down right now. Focused. Louis, meanwhile, is just pushing in this Baron lane. Should get a turret for free here. The rest of NME, they're still looking for this.
No
they have
way.
Truth coming in, and the steal from Tybe. You just can't. You just can't do this, NME. This is not even fair at this point. Tybe's still looking for more. Jumps in. Dio throws out the ultimate, doesn't find the kill, but now California caught out from the rest of the team. Another kill donated over. A rampage for Tybe.
Oh, that explosive cask was so beautiful. Oh my god. I was so scared for him. The jump scare is a horror game at this point for do. It can't catch a break. To go back to what I was saying before, remember last game they had a 10k gold lead at 9 minutes. This is a 10k gold lead at 6 minutes.
This is insane. This is absolutely ridiculous. So, okay, this is the enemy that we were expecting, right?
Absolutely.
This is the second seed coming into this tournament. They got second place in the first major. Second place in the second major. We're one of 2 teams right behind Tribe to auto-qualify for this event. They didn't get to compete in the third major or the last chance qualifiers, obviously. And then they come in and we're not nearly as clean as we were expecting on that day one. I'm just going to say it. You know, no shade to the players, but getting knocked down into the lower bracket has to be a disappointment. But now this is a performance. Premonition does not even see Tybe here. Neither did we. Tybe under the turret. Not going to hard commit for the play. But yeah, this is the enemy that we were all hoping for.
Yeah. And if you didn't catch the games yesterday, NME lost to Immortals. So there are bigger final bosses waiting in this tournament bracket too. This last chance for the teams to make it into that Horizon Cup and be the champions of North America. Nobody said it was going to be easy, and this is proof of that. They may have won the last chance qualifier, or they may have qualified to the last chance qualifier and won their last series. This is an entirely different beast.
Lockdown under turret, another double root coming in from Senna. Loy actually dies to the turret. 5v4 fight potentially for do, and the stun lands onto Truth. The Kaisa's in trouble, taking damage, still alive, still healing up. And Selma with the clutch explosive barrel gets another 2 kills for the team. Enemy are just so far ahead right now. Oh, the Void, that was so close.
Yeah.
Zero almost landed right there. I don't know if that would have been a kill or not, but this is probably a turret going down here. There's a lot of range between this Senna and this Kaisa.
Yeah, it feels like it. Even Tybe can get in on there. There's no threat from Hitman on this Olaf. He's not accelerated to the point where you'd expect an Olaf to get to from the early game. And that's just because they haven't had an opportunity to do much of anything. They're getting some stray picks here and there. Louis dives a bit past his bounds underneath that turret. His team wasn't completely bought in on that play, but it's still all good for NME. They take out that turret, get all these structures. There's a Rift Herald up in the Baron lane, though. Maybe this loots something.
I don't mean to appear rude, but I'd like to direct your attention to Premonition Gold versus Truth Gold right now. Guys is about 4,000 in the lead. And now NME will actually contest this Rift Herald push here. 4 members of Do are nearby, and they actually catch NME by surprise. Louis is going to go down again. That's twice now that this J4 has died in these fights. Do NME take another fight without him? They'll lose the turret. They have Tybe here. They have Selma here. Explosive cast is available. But I don't know if NME actually want to hard commit for this. Meanwhile, Truth just hard pushing this Dragon lane.
You can't underestimate a team with nothing to lose. NME are doing that right now. They're trying to split up the map and take multiple objectives at the same time. But they're forgetting that they don't want to go for matching lanes. They're so far down. They need to go for outnumbered plays. They need to group up as 5 and go for these team fights and picks like they've seen again onto a Louis. So I really like this awareness from Do. They know there's only one way they can win. It's by getting these picks. They're going to need like 15 of them at this point. But that is the first step to getting there. So I like that wherewithal.
But now when objectives spawn, like, you can't 5v5 NME right now. They're all there. They're going to win that 5v5 like 99 out of 100 times here just with this gold lead. So Looks like do decide to back away. They'll just try and catch these waves for right now, get as many of their own jungle camps as they are allowed, while NME actually go for a reset here. 10.5 minutes into the game. Very strong performance from NME here. Again, hoping to correct the mistakes that were made in that day one. Turn around their favors here. I looked at Do's performance in that game one today against Sentinels, and I was like, okay, they're going to be a threat. And I still think that they have that threat mentality. Like you said, they're looking for these plays. They're going for the unexpected, as California has to flash away from Aloy, but Premonition comes in while the play was called off here. No one's going to die from either side. But I'm on the edge of my seat because I never know what Do's going to do.
Yeah, I think that's just been the story of this team the entire time that we've been watching them. It's been so fun. I mean, this is another example of this. We haven't seen Premonition play Aurelion Sol a single time. The fact that he's pulling it out in their last chance in the lower bracket, yeah, it's just amazing. As they're looking for another play setup. They don't have Olaf this time, so it's not the same pack mentality, group up and kill somebody that we've seen work for them in the past. They do acknowledge that this is a slower point of the game as they're waiting for the Drake to spawn, and this is an opportunity to get more items in. Oh no.
Interestingly enough, Hitman actually just tried a 1v1 Aloy there and got Aloy to flag and drag away. I was watching the minimap, and Aloy actually got the worst of that trade, so Hitman, you know, might actually hold this side wave against the J4, not known for being a Baron laner that can really hard stomp an Olaf, but not about the side lane for NME, about the objectives. They start up this Baron.
Redemption scouts it out, and NME know that they don't want to risk a steal. That's a Nunu that they're playing against, and he has the Feast, or not the Feast, that's Cho'Gath, the Consume, and the Smite combination that will out-damage Tybe if he can get in range for it. So that's the next step for NME. They need to make sure he's not in range.
Ooh, they go for another fight, though. Healing off of the Baron.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness! The damage coming in from Zio is just insane. Fight back from Do. They're all the way back into their inhibitor turret. Selma, very far forward, my friend. Doesn't actually trade the kill back. Time going forward. Time in under the Nexus. NME, come on. Let's clean this up a little bit here. Respect the players. Losing a few too many, but they will still get this tier 2 turret.
He was close. It's not like he couldn't have gotten that kill, but he didn't end up with it in the end as we get this one replay. NME, they're... What is... I didn't even know that the Senna ability could do this consistently.
That's like 4 times this game.
I've been watching Senna as a champion for the past, 2 years. This is the most consistent root combination that I've seen from this champion ever.
I think that was Premonition's auto that stopped him. I don't even think that was an Nexus turret hit. I'm pretty sure it was an ASOL auto attack that just said nope to time diving in there. But look at this. Hitman all alone in the Dragon Lane. And now, surprisingly, it's NME actually going for the plays on the side lanes, trying to bring multiple members, because Aloy still almost died right there.
Yeah. I mean, we got to have some fun on NME's side as well. They're going for more pack mentality plays. They're going for more picks off. And now that the Drake is actually spawn weak, we're going to start to see the team fight actually come through. Both teams know that this is a really big objective to fight over. Do might not want to go for it all the same. Even still,
yeah, I mean, Hitman's dead for another 8 seconds. You can't really approach. Unfortunate. You just got to go back to catching these waves. Wait for the 4th dragon. Wait for that soul fight or the Baron fight. Or, more likely, look for these side lane picks still onto Aloy, who is showing that he's not necessarily winning the 1v1 against Olaf.
Selma's Gragas has been so good. I just want to point that out. He's got the positioning down pat. He's just making sure to be in the right spot, even before he even uses his abilities. Just being in the right location is so important to playing a bunch of different kinds of supports, because there are a lot that you can play. This one is a tank and a disruptor, very different from others. So I really like the adaptability that Selma is showing us today.
It's hilarious. Oh, Tribe, they're going for it. They're trying to jump in onto Lightning. He's repositioned safely. Now Aloy very far forward. Redemption's coming down, but doesn't heal up the Xayah. Explosive cast, knocking the enemy away. Tribe going forward, looking aggressive. Lightning very low on health. The Senna ultimate goes wide. Only hits a couple members of Do. They still have the front line. They still have California up here. Tribe back under the turret. He's dodging around this turret aggro and survives. Oh, he barely alive. This AP Kaisa. These Void Seekers are doing massive damage. Like, you gotta be scared, Lightning. You gotta get out of there. Turret's the focus here from Enemy. Now Hitman's a front line. He's running forward, just buying space, buying time. Premonition preemptively going into the stasis. Lightning taking a lot of damage. One more Void Seeker should be death. But Truth also very low on the health bar. Louis as well. Enemy, they need to play this carefully. Don't throw this gold lead right now.
Truth just makes this AP Kaisa look so broken. I can't wait to see the damage chart. You know he's going to be at the top of it just because he's playing it like he's playing a turret in this game. He has this Void Seeker that just does a million damage. You can see when you upgrade it, it reduces 70% of the cooldown when you hit an enemy champion. So it's even more powerful once you have that evolution. It's just so funny to see people die across multiple screens away just from that ability a couple of times. This Enemy, you're going to go for this reset, just like you're saying, Kangas. They don't want to lose out on this game that's very clearly in their hands. They want to play this safer than previously. They've got these 3 Drakes. They don't quite have the Elder yet, which would secure their victory nearly entirely. It is an Elder Infernal after all.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, it's crazy to think that this game's gone another, 10 minutes, because it was like 6.5 minutes that Enemy already had a 10k gold lead. And now, are making them work for the close here. And still credit to them. They are not a team to be slept on, not a team to be disrespected. This is now what, Baron attempt number 4 from Enemy? They're not going to commit to it because, again, they know that California on the Nunu can just walk up, flash over that wall, and then, use that first ability plus smite combo. He will win that trade every time. And even though he doesn't have flash right now, he'll be coming up here shortly. I'm going forward, looking to get onto these backliners, but it's only Hitman that he finds. That's a big kick onto Wee, but reposition nonetheless. And are trying to get out of this really rough position to fight in the jungle. Lightning hit by another Void Seeker. Truth's gonna take it. Are you kidding me? Truth flashing as well, repositioning onto Wee, and on a killing spree to boot. Enemy with a dominant team fight right there. Get 3 kills for 0.
You could tell that were getting a bit impatient with this one. They saw the Enemy, this might actually be the time where they do take the Baron. We have to do something. We have to get in there and try a fight. But you just can't win a fight when you're this far behind. Premonition's about to be killed despite the stasis. This is going to be game number 1 for Enemy.
And Zio's auto range is insane as well on the Nexus. Hitting from out of the Nexus range. That's in a scale. That's GG. Took him a little bit, but Enemy will secure game number 1 with a dominant gold lead and just insane performances across the board. Got a little fun with it, diving onto the Nexus when there's still a tier 2 turret in the mid lane. But outside of that, it looked like a really clean win. Yeah,
good stuff from Enemy. That's a lot of blue on the chart, if I do say so myself. Ending with about 20k ahead, if I'm looking at this correctly. Yeah, 22,000. Not too shabby for game 1. They've got to win 1 more to keep their tournament lives going. Stu are on their last leg. They pulled out some really cool tactics. The Nunu did finally get to see the light of day, and Hitman, as the new Baron laner, got to play this Olaf in that lane too, but just not quite enough. Yeah, there's the damage. 30k on the Kaisa, yeah.
Zio's very close, though. I mean, honestly, props to this Senna. Zio, from laning phase, that could not have been fun to play against. Zio was just hitting root after root on the multiple members, and then also just providing insane damage, just min-maxing every single auto, weaving them in every single time somebody came into range. Very impressive performance here. And, I mean, Charmer said it, and you mentioned this as well, Smax. Enemy looking like they're coming into this game, into this day, trying to prove something here. Say, all right, we're a little upset with how things went yesterday. Now, I don't want to put words in these players' mouths. Obviously, I don't know that, but I can imagine that they might be, agreeing with us, that they're hoping that they can prove that yesterday was a fluke. Today, we get to see the real Enemy.
Yeah, they got upset once already, I think it's fair to say. The Immortals squad taking that win is really huge for Immortals, even though they did just swiftly lose to Tribe right after that. Everyone has lost to Tribe. Enemy, they want to at least play up against that rival. They've been rivals with Tribe throughout the entire Summoner series. And you can see that reflected in these games. They really do want to get all the way up to that grand finals and at least play against them, maybe even take the title.
But before that, they still have to go through the lower bracket. Even after this best of series, they have 2 more best ofs before they get a chance to go up against their rivals in Tribe Gaming. So let's get a replay of what happened in game number 1, because this is going to be the start of how they get there. And if they can repeat this kind of performance, it's going to be potentially a speed run.
Dienzio's Senna is the thing of beauty. I said it in that game, but the way that he uses these chains, I've never seen stuff like this. The initial setup from this champion that he's able to find, I can't even believe that this is the same champion that we've seen like other people play. Like even in PC League of Legends, this champion's been out for 2 years, and I haven't seen anything quite like this. Here it is again.
It's impressive. It feels like a tutorial. Like, this is what Senna can do. This is how you play the laning phase. This is how you play the mid to late game.
And this is why you should ban it from me.
True. This is why we often see the Senna banned as well, because, I mean, even if it's not played absolutely perfectly, it's still impressive. And, like, this... So this is where, yeah, they were having fun with it. Pop goes down. But still, it took a while for NME to win that game. So I want to bring us to a conversation around NME. Obviously, that was a dominant performance. But if we have to start getting a little critical, what do you think the reason is? That it took 18 minutes to close out a game where they had a 10K lead at 6.5 minutes. I'm going to give you the defense of NME. Maybe talk it up as to why it was tough to close it out. Or if you can't think of a reason, maybe talk about things that they could have done to close it out faster.
So I've mentioned this before, that Nunu is a very unique champion, specifically for California. And the one thing that you remember from Nunu is that he can consume Smite these objectives. I think that usually what NME would have done is start up that objective and then really feel a lot more confident in the ability to take it. But when there is that Nunu on the other side, someone like Tybe is like, yeah, I'm really confident in my Smite abilities, but I'm not playing Nunu. I can't use all that true damage to great effect and take that one with full confidence. So I think that actually is a good part of it. California playing this champion, it didn't really work out as well as we've seen it work out in the past. The early game first blood given over was not what he was expecting, but there's just that threat looming over your head, like, this guy, he's playing this champion that I don't have a lot of experience against. He has this, I know that he can do this. He can flash over this wall and steal this Baron. And yeah, we're super far ahead, but I just don't want that to happen. I want to be more safe about it. And it was a lot safer. They were going for some crazy dives underneath the Nexus. It was still safer though on the macro side of things.
Sure. And with that in mind then, how much weight do we put on the Nunu from the side of NME? Do they need to be thinking, okay, that was tough to close out that game, at least rapidly because of this pick, so just get California off it, risk the, Jax California or something more aggressive that can get active earlier in the game? Or do you still think that they're like, you know what, even though it took a while, we're fine because clearly the Nunu didn't work out for them?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Let's just take another look at what they decided to ban instead. So it was the Ashe and the Corki to Premier Marksman, and then also Renekton from that Baron lane. So these are really solid champions to be banning away. I think that, especially if do acknowledge that they are on blue side and they don't have the burden of banning Varus anymore, NME might just be really pinched for these ban slots again. And they did just beat Nunu. It wasn't fast, but it was clean in the macro. So I think maybe they still feel confident in this one. And worst comes to worst, they could win the second game. They go back to blue, and they can just ban Nunu that time.
True. I mean, yeah, as weird as it is to say, NME, they have gone to 3 games in both of their other 2 series. So if they're keeping that trend alive, I guess do his favorite here. But with that in mind, we do actually have side swaps. So do are on the blue side, and NME are on the red side. So that will automatically change a couple things in the draft here as we are loaded into pick and ban for game number 2 in this best of 3 series. A reminder, your lives are on the line. This is the lower bracket. If you lose this, you are out. You need to win to continue moving forward and play more best of series on your way towards that championship title. NME definitely a team that's looking that far ahead. But let's see what Do has planned in the break between games here. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that. I like this quite a lot for do. They're on blue side, so they don't have to worry about the OPs as much to ban. They have that first pick opportunity, so this makes a ton of sense. This might mean that we get all three of those marksmen, like the Ashe, Varus, and Senna, removed. And I really like instances like that because then we get to see the big hyper carry champions that are really not as popular sometimes, like the Jinx. Zaya's pretty popular, so that one wouldn't be like too surprising. Yeah. But I've got an itch.
Come on, Lightning, bring out the Akshan. Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
that's true. Yeah,
I've been promised this is. It looks pretty good on him, so
it's good.
I want to see it. But the Varus is already taken off. Yeah, I mean, again, like you had already highlighted, I don't think we're going to see too many surprises coming from NME, but this actually is kind of a surprise. The Zaya's banned away from do. This is what Lightning's played a lot of today.
So this is getting more into that realm where we're already getting into banning away the lower tier marksmen, the less utility based ones. I'm feeling like the Akshan's coming, Kangas. I feel like this is the moment for it.
When I think of 80 carries that would beat the Akshan, I'm thinking Varus, Ashe, probably Zaya. So, I mean, alternatively, if you're just threatening an enemy have the same read, you can pressure them because if they don't ban Ashe, you can just grab it for yourself too. So I think do maybe even just ban like a Camille, something like that in this instance. If you don't want to first pick that yourself and you want to get something else, you can lock that in. You can look at Truth's champ pool as well. There is the Camille ban locked in. Okay. It's feeling like an Akshan pick, depending on what enemy bans here.
And, I mean, Akshan is not the only crazy pick that could come out for do. California, yeah, he's got that new. He's also got a Rengar, Kangas. I don't know if you knew this, but
I did not know that.
He's pretty good at that Rengar, and we haven't seen it yet, but this is their last chance. They might want to throw out some new variety and new spice into this one. Ashe is still up, though, and... I mean, if I was do, I'd probably first pick Ashe. It might just happen. We might just not get Akshan.
I don't think so. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Would have been cool.
We'll see.
But I feel like Ashe is the correct pick here from do if they want to not only just get a strong pick for themselves, but deny it. Because if that's up, I feel like enemy are just going to lock that instantly in red 1 or 2. But they're going for the Renekton instead, focusing on Hitman instead of Lightning.
This leaves open the Darius for a Louis, and if enemy want to mask their other picks, they can go for it right now. I'm feeling like the Ashe is going to go over to them at this point. The Hitman, Renekton does make a lot of sense. I don't think this is a bad pick in the face of Ashe. That was the pick that I was comparing it to. You get a lot of power up in that lane. Renekton really does every single thing that you could possibly want it to in that lane, and enemy... They're going for a different marksman entirely. It's that Corki on their side. That flex pick is what they're more valuing right now.
It's interesting that you go for a flex pick. I mean, I guess you still get the counter pick, so you can then and you know that it's a Renekton in the Baron lane. So this next rotation, you're probably grabbing a jungler Baron laner. Actually, yeah. I mean, it's cool. And Ashe is still not picked by do.
That's true.
So they go for the Orianna and the Janna instead. Enemy
really
strong choice.
Yeah.
Do they take the Ashe? Is do calling the bluff that they're not going to lock in this Ashe and that they're going to hold this counter pick to the last second?
It'd be a very big missed opportunity. Yeah. Okay. There it is. And okay. So Alui's going for the Malphite. This is a nice throwback here. The previous biggest Malphite player in North America. Back to the old bread and butter. I really love this look. It's gonna struggle early against Renekton, but it's not gonna struggle as much as other champions possibly could. So this is a pretty solid option, and it denies away some of those other AD picks that do might want to go for, like that Rengar and like that Akshan. I spoke it into existence. I don't know why I should be surprised.
I mean, so I wanted to see it. I don't know if I want to see it into Ashe. I don't see it. Yeah, Malphite too, but we get the Rengar too, so that's like, I mean, hey, one thing I'll say about do is they do not disappoint in bringing exciting drafts to Wild Rift here. This is going to be very entertaining to watch no matter what happens. And speaking of enemy, we'll then lock in the Olaf as their jungler here. So Tide gets a very aggressive jungler that can get up in the face of this Rengar early on.
I'm feeling pretty confident in my lottery options for today. I think I know where I'm going after this.
Okay.
That was pretty solid, predicting the Rengar Akshan spoke it into existence. Yeah, I mean, this is not too surprising, though. I'm mostly just joking. The Akshan for Lightning T has been a huge power pick for him, and California on this Rengar has made some ridiculous plays, and he's definitely made some of his opponents cry, I'm sure. It is very scary.
But the early game will be important for Do. They don't want to fall behind against this composition, and already they're finding Zeo here. Early health bar trade, don't get any summoner spells. That's an engage from Selma. And Aloy as well is trying to frontline here. They're just scrapping early on. Zeo's the one with a very low health bar, and honestly, I have to buff heal. Nobody's going to flash forward for that extra bit of damage, but that will be a reset now for Zeo. That is a one early couple waves here from Do.
Some more time with the wave, more experiences. Truth is trying to do the same thing in the top lane. Hitman facing a level 1 dive from Corki. Not exactly something that happens every single day. Come right back to the lane, but down a bit of experience. Premonition had the extra moment to push in and has some time to go and ward now.
And level 2 hit by Lightning and Wii, but they don't actually capitalize on it as Akshan can't get in there, but there's the tornado. Zeo taking a little more damage again. But because they didn't burn any summoner spells earlier on, I think that you're still fine in this lane.
Yeah.
The reason that I favor the Ashe is the range advantage. Akshan, not the longest range AD carry, and also kind of likes to be alone, stealth around in the river, catch picks, go for side lane plays without necessarily a support behind you. So I just feel like there's a lot that Ashe can do to stop what Akshan is trying to do.
Makes a lot of sense to me. I really like Dienzio on this Ashe too. Dive in the Baron lanes. Tyve and Louis have tons of damage onto this Renekton, but lots of sustain makes it more difficult than you'd otherwise expect.
One more?
So the return kill, it is 1 for 1.
Wow, that was a lot of turret damage. And now even more aggression from Do in the Dragon lane. They push Zeo and Selma all the way back here. Premonition and Truth now trading, but quirky auto attacks do a decent amount of damage here, so Premonition might be in trouble. Had to pop the barrier. They're still going for it, and Truth winning out on the 1v1 play in the mid lane.
Solo kill for the Corki before he even has that level 5 is
California's
brutal. Tyve completely
on
alone.
the Tyve.
Woo.
No flash, he's dead.
Yeah, that was a really creative jump too. That was really, really cool. That only comes when you have a ton of repetition on Rengar. It's on a word right now. Has level 5. Can use the Thrill to Hunt, but not gonna do it quite yet. Can go right back to farming. Man, this Rengar is so exciting, man.
Yeah, it's paying off. I mean, I rare to see a Rengar be this active this early, but went for a bot lane dive, proxies the wave, runs right back into the mid lane, gets a kill for the team. Not the recipient of that kill, but this early game, I mean, at this point, enemy were already like 2,000 ahead in that game number 1, but now Aloy, unstoppable into Hitman, still alive, still surviving, and trading another kill. Hitman putting in work on this Renekton.
Yeah, it's really difficult to dive this champion, even with all of this crowd control. And right there, you saw Louis just a little bit too early on this play. He saw his opportunity to go for that unstoppable force and went for it. Get the mid lane 1v1 now. Truth. That last auto attack he went for was so well timed. He waited out for the barrier and then activated the auto attack just as soon as the shield expired. I really like that.
And now also looking for a bot lane roam. Has the package. Actually, does he? I don't know. I can't tell based on the animation. No, never mind. Not the right skin. But the arrow goes out. Beautiful tornado from Wii. Oh, just instantly stopping enemy.
This composition is super solid on the disengage with both Orianna and the Janna. It allows for less ranged... Oh, wait. That comeuppance is going into the base.
That was very funny. I like that a lot. The back just completed for Truth. Now has the package as the objectives have spawned on the map, but Dragon Lane control belongs to Do. Pushing in this wave already. If they can push in mid-wave, get their jungler California up towards this Dragon Pit, they could look to push this objective.
With this Corki package, I feel like NME are slightly favored, but Do are fully confident to go for it on the same.
California's just trying to run away. The ultimate from Janna, the lockdown from Selma. A double kill to the Rakan and an absolute slaughter. Enemy taking full advantage of that, but Hitman 1v1ing Aloy on the roam down into the mid lane. Wow, all right. I mean, they'll lose the dragon, but hey, at least Aloy finds something for do.
Oh, another play is starting up, though, in the mid lane, and it's just NME finding more picks. Premonition! Oh, he still dies. Oh, it was the burn damage from the Rakan red buff.
Wow, very close series of events
Nice.
right there. Selma jumps in, but Truth isn't there to get Selma back out. You need to be closer. The battle dance not available. Now Lightning in trouble in this dragon lane. Easy pickup for enemy.
I really like that sacrifice play for Selma. He did have double buffs, so those go over to California, so maybe not the most optimal sacrifice. But with that Thrill of the Hunt coming, he knew the Truth was sure to die, and he wants to keep that laner alive. I like that sacrifice play as the support. Enemy looking to stop this Rift Herald. There's not really a way for them to do that, but Louis is saying hi all the same. It's a lane
had
swap.
Ultimate.
Yeah.
Trying to threaten.
Big Rock Man is kind of scary, but not scary enough.
Usually scarier when he's got guns behind him, but
Yeah.
or maybe bows and arrows and axes, more like it for this composition. But let's get another look at this combo. Selma just does so much work.
I really like the use of the Janna ultimate there. It forces the dash to have to come through again, but luckily for Rakan, this battle dance does give him 2 dashes. It's not just one, so it doesn't cancel out the full engage. And Selma, a well-deserved double kill from the support. Usually not this champion you want to have that one, but still.
I look
really
for another. Enemy have a lot of members here. They're committing. Aloy throws out the unstoppable force straight onto Hitman. Chain the knock-up from the grand entrance of Selma. An enemy will find a pick in this dragon lane.
Return kills are easy to get when you're in a 1v2. 1v4 is slightly different as enemy bring more members to the party this time around. You're very outnumbered on this one as Hitman. He's doing quite well in the lane to get a lot of kills, but hasn't spread the wealth too well for himself. He's still staying in that isolated lane, just wanting to be an island player on Renekton. And, you know, I don't want to read too into this, but perhaps this is just because he is that substitute player. He hasn't played with the team nearly as much as that undercover Snail. Oh, wow.
Ooh. Another Asher onto Premonition, has the shields. Janna ultimate's coming out, keeping Premonition alive throughout the entire thing. And now here comes Rengar. California's joined the fight, but the Shockwave doesn't do much damage at this point. Premonition cannot find the turnaround. No kills either way.
Both teams are still so tanky at this point, and the damage hasn't scaled up quite yet. Won't scale up for a while, actually. I believe what I just saw is Premonition picked up his Sapphire Crystal just now. That Tear of the Goddess is going to be scaling very, very late into the game. Won't have Seraph Embrace until much later on. That's kind of scary for do. The extra shielding won't be there. But this game, we saw how the last one played out. Enemy were perfectly okay to keep their lead and use it all the way into the late game. So are making that read and knowing that this game likely will scale.
5-10 on the scoreboard. A 3,500 gold lead right now for enemy. At the point of the game where they had a 10,000 gold lead last time. Honestly, do have done a good job of slowing the pace of this game, not getting punished as hard. And honestly, it's just been Hitman getting all the pressure.
Yeah.
This poor Renekton just constantly dove right now. But as we are looking at objectives, the first dragon was picked up by enemy. The next one's up here in 20 seconds.
Oh.
We're looking right at Hitman again. This poor Renekton. He's just trying to walk into his own jungle, and it doesn't belong to him.
Yeah, 5 deaths now. Can't catch a break. Meanwhile, mid, oh my word, so much burst damage. Here comes Selma underneath the turret to make the dive easier. California tries to flash to safety, but nowhere is safe against NME.
Right as I was saying it, hey, they've done a better job this time around, right, everybody? Enemy, I think, again, are on the comms with me right now. Shockwave lands, doesn't get the kill onto Aloy. Rio takes a turret shot, but this turret should still go down. Dragon as well. That was a big power play from enemy. A lot of gold in their pocket. Ooh. Truth flashing forward. He wants more, and he gets it. Hitman trying to equalize. Will find one. Now continuing the chase. Zio in trouble. Flash forward by Hitman. Has the damage for the double kill. Selma's the next focus. But to the safety of the turret, Dragon is secured. Tybe needs to be careful here. Lightning and Wee can actually chase this down. That's a slow. That's Ragnarok popped. Aloy low on health bar as well. Do they go for the dive? This would be ambitious, but California's here. They want to commit for it. Aloy, not quite tanky enough. California gets the kill.
Yeah, Aloy didn't have enough mana to cast his ultimate there. Thought that he was going to be all right in that play, but uses one spell too much. in the previous exchange. NME, they try to do multiple things at the same time, and that's typically what ends up happening when you end up throwing your leads as the team that is ahead. They try to go for mid and Drake at the same time. Doesn't end up working out, but that's not to say they aren't still strong. Yeah, Lightning gets taken out right away.
The Ash Arrow, Zeo just threads it through the minions. I didn't even see the animation myself, so I'm wondering if Lightning saw that one coming. But that's a nice pick for NME. Nice equalization from Do, where they, I mean, they were down, what, 5,000, but then brought it right back to 3,000. Now NME's right back on the Baron. They know that Lightning's not up. They will start this.
NME are fully aware that they know. Baron, using that ability there, deals a ton of extra damage. So Louis, oh, look at Selma.
Onto the back line, looking for the engage here. Truth's over the wall. The Corki, watch for his damage. Outputting a lot here for the double kill. California jumps in, just deletes this support, but cannot find more. Triple kill for Truth. A rampage for the Corki, as well as the Olaf NME with a massive teamfight victory.
It was so close to that kill going over to Lightning, which would have revived 3 members of Do. Akshan passive is kind of scary to play around with, but NME are not frightened whatsoever. They still went out on this fight very nicely. Not even needing Corki package. They can save that one for later, too. They can wait for the next objective to spawn, or wait for another opportunity to go for this Baron. It's Kangas. Look at Truth's KDA right now. He's got 10 kills on Corki.
10, 1, and 4. This Corki's kind of nutty, everybody, and the package is still available like you had identified, so they can clear this out, go for a reset, pick up even more items, back, get that package, look at the Baron. But as I say that, Truth is actually just going right for the Baron. Not even worried about the package right now.
Saving that one for later still. More power plays to come for NME, it feels like. Oh, yeah. He's going for the recall. All right. Later is now. Thrill of the Hunt is also now. I don't think he sees anyone. Oh, Dienzio, this might be your last move.
Ash has arrow available, flashes away, throws it in, lands the CC onto California while the rest of the team follows up. And look at this Olaf time! Straight up 1v3, are you kidding me? Dominating performance from Time, flashing the wall, looking for Premonition, doesn't find it, but Hitman is right there, says, all right, I'll go for you. Now Truth's rejoined, massive damage out of Premonition, you wanted the Truth! You can't handle the Truth! Domination from Corki and NME making quick work of this mid-game.
NME peeling him like a banana split right there, keeping Dienzio alive for so long against a Rengar assassination. That is not easily done, but NME make it look like it, going right to the Baron, bringing their members all across the map. Dienzio is respawned now. Oh, but they're thinking of going for a vision play instead. Here comes the Ash Arrow. Goes wide.
Bold move. But we're not in the area, so back onto the Baron, but this is giving time to actually come back up.
Scary.
We're going to throw out the Akshan ultimate. They'll spot out where Dienzio is. The rest of NME peeling off the Baron yet again. They're trying to keep it aggro. They're trying to keep their positioning aggressive. Aloy just goes right in onto this Janna, but look at the rest of They're just diving onto the back line, but they can't get Truth. They can't get Zeo. The AD carry is completely protected throughout the entire fight. And it is a 4-for-1 trade. NME lose their jungler, but they win out on the team fight.
California was working wonders in this last one. Oh, wait. Ash Arrow's up. Does he go for it? Premonition, you got to be careful. That cooldown is so low with this build. Not going to do it yet. Don't step up. Don't step up, Premonition. There it is.
We go. Goes into stasis, try to stay alive under this turret, but no flash available. Actually, still alive. The Truth Rocket doesn't do enough. Aloy and Truth almost die.
Wow. That was ridiculously close for everybody involved there, as this is going to be some jungle camps devoured by NME on their escape path, and inhibitor turret gone. Scout out on the redemption on Drake. Just to bump Selma right back, but looks like Tybe is coming, barreling down the map to the Drake. I don't think Do can really reasonably go for this.
But Aloy reset, so does Truth. With those two members back, I mean, there's a chance Do had a window there, but they don't realize it. They don't capitalize on it. They will get another turret. It's now 3 for their name. The Ash Arrow goes around and hits Lightning, but no follow-up from of NME. We will get another team fight, everybody. That was not the end of the game, with Supers now funneling into the mid lane.
Oh, look
at
California.
Do have one last chance to try and make a play.
I don't think he can reasonably jump onto Truth anymore. There's a Guardian Angel on this Corki. He's trying to activate the Thrill of the Hunt, but just ended up scouting out nothing, not feeling confident. Now doesn't have that tool for this Baron, Kangas.
They already not have health. Enemy, they're just going to commit for it. Aloy says, actually, no, let's go for the fight. Baron is taken down. Aloy, still healthy, still bought enough time. The rest of Enemy are just doing so much damage. Double kill for Truth. Selma setting up the plays. And that is a triple kill to Corki. Hitman's the last member alive. It's about to be a clean ace if Tybe can hit him. One more undertow. Tybe's looking for it. Hitman turns back around, says, I guess I'll try and take the 1v1. Actually slices over the wall. Will survive, but the same cannot be said for Do's tournament lives. Hitman with a sliver of a health bar time. Let's see if he can snipe it before the Nexus goes down. Hitman's juking. He's jiving, but the Nexus falls, and a victory to Enemy. They will move on in the lower bracket.
May not have died on that last Renekton play, but unfortunately their tournament dies here. Fought valiantly yesterday and today, Kangas, but NME are just a different beast entirely. Well played to our reigning second place champions in the Wild Rift Summoner Series. They are looking to keep that title and perhaps advance it later on tomorrow if they can get there.
And this was a quicker game than game one. It took longer for them to get that massive gold lead, but once they did, they closed it out. I mean, yes, there wasn't the new pick, so a lot of it probably has to do with that. Different draft from Do. It wasn't Premonition on the Assassin. It was Lightning, though, onto the shot. So we did get to see that. We got Rengar coming as well. We saw the Enemy is still a threat.
Yeah, Enemy was playing angry, and I had kind of alluded that to you gentlemen before this started. I said, you know, I kind of feel bad for Do because yesterday we saw Cloud9, after they had lost the Sentinels in the third major, show up and in their first game back just kind of obliterated them. Like, they played with flair and with style. Enemy struggled yesterday in both of their series, and I felt like they were going to get back to the drawing board, kind of reset themselves, and then come in focused, and that's exactly what happened. This was dominating by NME, in my opinion, and they are showing, okay, yesterday is in the past. We've got short memories. We're back to our old selves. There's a reason that many considered us in the top two. There's a reason that we're the only team that's taken a series from Tribe, and they showed it here. This was devastating.
Yeah, you could see the vengeance play on our screens by Truth himself. 17 kills on Corki in this one. A ruthless predator in this game on Corki. That flash package re-engage was really cool to follow up on Selma, who had an astounding performance on Rakan as well. I love to shout out me some supports, and I know you were loving the charms here, Charmer. Selma really made it work.
Selma's Rakan was the thing of beauty.
Yeah.
You know I'm a fan of any charm, whether it's Ari, whether it's Rakan. I think that, you know, crowd control is really important. I beat on that a lot, but I think charms are just built different, and I'm not biased at all based on my name whatsoever. Not
you
even
forgot
a little
Evelyn.
bit.
Everybody forgets Evelyn every time.
Even Evelyn forgets Evelyn in this meta. I'm sorry. But with that in mind, gentlemen, this was your last series for the day. So after this, we're going to be taking a break. But first, I want to get some final thoughts from you about what you've seen so far. And then maybe, because you won't be around, what you expect the rest of the day to look at. Kangas, I'll start with you.
Well, I went into the day saying Enemy's the team I'm looking at. I think they're going to be coming in hungry in this lower bracket, try and make that run, and should be favorites in the lower bracket despite what happened in their series against Immortals. And I was a little worried based on how Do handled Sentinels earlier in the day, but I mean, I think that this reinforces that. Enemy are a strong team. I think yesterday was a fluke. I don't know, maybe they had something bad for breakfast, having some tummy issues going on throughout the series, but today this was a focused Enemy. This was an Enemy that is the team that has been bringing competition to Tribe, winning their last best of 3 against them. So that's kind of my main takeaway to close out my days. Enemy, they're back.
Yeah, definitely. They are a key team to watch. But I, for one, I may not be on the broadcast anymore after this one in this next series, but I will sure as hell be watching this Cloud9 Chonk Chortle matchup. I hope you're there as well. This is going to be a banger. Molly versus his old team. Chonk Chortle on the rise. Cloud9 took out Sentinels earlier. This is a hype match that we're about to watch.
Absolutely. So, gentlemen, thank you for joining me. As I said before, we're going to be taking a short break. When we come back, you're going to see Cloud9 taking on Chonk Chortle. Don't go anywhere. More wild